Your dog plunks their favorite toy at your feet the instant you sit down. You probably think it's a simple game request, time for fetch, right? Here's the part that surprises people, sometimes it's not about the game at all. Stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through 5 real reasons your dog drops a toy on your lap, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to respond to deepen your bond. Later, reason number 2 flips the script on what you think is pure gift-giving. Reason number 5, they're testing your availability. Misinterpretation, you think your dog's bored and just wants to burn off energy. The real meaning, they're checking in with you, making sure you're emotionally present. Animal behaviorists have found that dogs evolved to monitor their humans for cues about safety and mood. When your dog holds up the toy and locks eyes, they're asking, "Are you ready to lead this next moment?" Observation cues, the toy comes in with a direct gaze, no frantic bouncing, and a moderate tail wag, not a whirlwind of excitement. Their body posture is relaxed, not high alert. They might even let the toy drop gently, as if to say, "Your move." That's your signal. What to do next? Pause whatever you're doing. Take a breath. Acknowledge them with a nod or a soft, "Let's go." Then pick up the toy and engage in a focused couple of minutes of play, just enough to confirm you're tuned in. It's quality over quantity. This small ritual tells your dog you're there for them, building calm confidence in your leadership every time. If you recognized your dog in this behavior of testing your availability, the guide in the description walks you through all 5 toy offering types and step-by-step game plans to tailor your responses. Open the link now to deepen your understanding. Now, let's move on to reason number 4. You might assume your dog is giving you a gift, like some canine token of affection. But often, this toy drop is a form of social referencing. They're gauging your emotional state. Notice how they bring out something soft and familiar when you're working at your desk, when your shoulders tense up. The toy isn't just a present, it's a question: how are you feeling right now, and can I help? Watch for that head tilt, the gentle paw on your shin, the lowered body as they offer up the toy. In the next segment, I'll show you exactly how to respond so your dog learns that you'll always notice, and comfort, them in turn. Pay attention to how they pause the toy at just the right distance, nose level, but not touching your hand. That gentle hover is their way of inviting a pause in your day. Their eyes soften, ears lift just enough, and the tail gives a slow, tentative wag. They're handing you a conversation starter, not a command. What to do next? Close your laptop for a moment. Reach down and take that toy. Offer a low, soothing, all good tone. Let them see your full face, your relaxed eyes. Then toss it lightly across the room, just once. Watch how their whole body lights up. They've drawn you out of your shell and reminded you that interaction matters more than productivity. That one mini break rewires the message in your dog's mind: you notice me, you choose me. Next, recognize the unspoken exchange. Your dog learns to trust your cues, that you read their emotional weather and respond. Over time, they'll bring a softer toy when they sense you're stressed, a sturdier one when they want to kick off a livelier game. They're mapping your moods and customizing their signals. By honoring this, you deepen your role as a mindful leader and empathetic companion. With this tuned-up sensitivity, you'll spot a whole new layer in why your dog brings toys. And coming up, reason number 3 will flip your understanding once more, because the way your dog uses toys when they're tired is nothing like what you expect. Let's move on. Reason number 3, why does your dog bring you their toughest chew when they're already dragging their paws? You probably assume they just like that toy more. Here's the part that surprises people: it's less about preference and more about pacing. When your dog parks next to you with a heavy jaw on a hard rubber bone, they're signaling a need to downshift. Instinctively, dogs self-regulate arousal with chewing. In the wild, gnawing soothes an overactive mind and eases tension in the same way we might sip tea or scroll calmly through our phone. Stay with me. Notice the cues, a slow tail sweep, soft eyes, even a tiny sigh as they settle. That durable toy isn't a random choice. It's their portable calm spot. Science suggests repetitive jaw movement lowers cortisol. Emotionally, it's saying, I trust you're safe enough for me to relax right here. What to do next? Instead of snatching it away to resume fetch, make space. Pull your chair closer. Sit on the floor and mirror their posture, slow your breathing. Let your hand rest gently near the toy. If they lean into your touch, resist the urge to jolt them with energy. Keep your voice low. Offer a simple, good chill tone. In minutes, you'll see tension melt. If you recognized your dog's downshift ritual, the guide in the description will help you tune into these subtle energy shifts and pick the perfect response every time. Open it now. Let's move on. Reason number 4 will change how you think about that sudden drop and run game. Why does your dog sometimes yank their favorite plush and dash past you instead of dropping it at your feet? Most owners read it as frustration or a tease. But the real story is deeper, a role reversal invitation. Dogs have a built-in predatory sequence: stalk, chase, grab, retreat. When they bolt with the toy, they're asking you to join the chase and seal your bond in pack-style play. Watch their body language. The head lifts just before the sprint. Ears tilt forward. Eyes sparkle with mischief. They're not scolding you, they're casting you in the hunter role. By sprinting off, they spark your pursuit instinct. In that moment, you become the prey they've caught. That exchange floods both of you with dopamine and reinforces trust. What to do next? Pick up the energy. Instead of calling them back calmly, get low and wiggle your shoulders. Pump your arms like you're teasing a cat. Use an excited tone, oh, you got the toy. Then gently give chase. When you tag them, even just by tapping the ground lightly, pause and reward with a handshake or a soft tug. You'll notice how quickly they circle back for another round. This is not misbehavior. It's a sophisticated social game. You're stepping into their world of prey drive and turning it into a shared ritual. Next up, reason number 2 will flip everything you thought about destroyed socks and chewed slippers. Stay tuned. Reason number 2, why does your dog rip apart your socks or slippers and trot the scraps over with pride? You probably chalk it up to boredom or even spite. Here's the part that surprises most owners. It's actually a comfort ritual born from separation stress and scent bonding. When your dog gnaws on fabric soaked in your smell, they're tapping into a primitive self-soothing tactic. In wolf packs, juveniles will chew bones or soft hides to calm anxiety when adults venture off. Your scent-infused sock becomes a portable den. Watch for the signs: frantic chewing, a hurried retreat to your side, maybe a quick sniff of your hand before they crunch again. That frantic energy mixed with direct eye contact means they're seeking reassurance, not acting out. Science suggests repetitive chewing lowers stress hormones while releasing endorphins. Emotionally, they're whispering, I need you close. What to do next? Designate one safe fabric toy, an old t-shirt square or a special snuggle sock. Rotate it so the scent stays new, then offer it before you leave or during quiet times. Pair it with a calm departure ritual: few words, one toy handed over, a brief pause at the door. That predictable pattern teaches them, you'll always come back. Finally, reason number 1 will reshape how you interpret every single toy interaction. Don't miss it. Why does your dog bring you their favorite toy? You might think it's just a random play invite. Here's the part that surprises people: it's often a heartfelt gift, a pack-style offering meant to show trust and affection. At the root is an ancient canine custom. In wolf packs, juveniles will sometimes present prized scraps to the breeding pair, a gesture of submission and a bid to stay close. Your dog, with that slobbery ball or tattered plush, is tapping into the same instinct: I value you. You're part of my family. That slow approach, toy held gently between their teeth, soft eyes fixed on yours, those are the clues. Not desperation. Not dominance. A sincere expression of loyalty. Science gives us the eco-friendly angle, oxytocin. This so-called love hormone spikes in both dogs and humans during positive social exchanges. Every time you accept that gift, your dog's stress levels dip and their trust wiring lights up. Emotionally, they're whispering, "You're safe. You care about me." Watch for the subtle tail wag that shifts from rigid side to side into a loose, big arc sweep. Notice the low, bouncy body posture that follows. That's pure joy and connection. So what should you do next? First, pause. Don't snatch the toy away. Let them offer it fully until they drop it at your feet. Then, lean in with calm praise, "Thank you." Offer your hand to sniff. If you want to play, give it a gentle toss, share in their generosity. If you simply want to reinforce the bond, place the toy on their bed and leave it there. That act of acceptance tells them, "I see your gift, and I honor it." Over time, this creates a predictable pattern: they bring, you receive, they feel safe. If you recognize your dog in this gift-giving ritual and want to read every subtle cue to strengthen your bond, open the step-by-step guide in the description at theticbook.store/n. It will show you exactly how to decode each body language signal and build a calm, confident connection, one toy exchange at a time. In the next section, we'll weave all these insights into a simple daily routine that turns every toy interaction into a deeper, more trusting moment. Notice how your dog sometimes cycles through several toys in a row. They drop one at your feet, wag, then trot off to fetch another. That isn't indecision. It's a layered conversation. Each offering is a question: do you see me? Will you engage? Is this the one you like best? When you lean down and acknowledge the first toy, eye contact, a soft voice, your dog checks back in. If you fail to respond, they'll try again with something more thrilling. What looks like insistence is really an attempt to calibrate your attention. Under the surface, dopamine circuits are humming. Every time you reward the gift, with play, praise, or calm acceptance, your dog's brain tags that interaction as valuable. They remember that exchange. Next time you pick up your keys, they'll pick up the same plush bunny, hoping to rekindle that feel-good loop. This isn't spoiled behavior. It's a sophisticated feedback system built on mutual rewards. But here's a twist: some dogs will gingerly lay down a toy and then move away, sometimes glancing back, sometimes retreating to a corner. Misread that as rejection, and you might overlook a subtle trust-building exercise. They're literally creating safe space. By distancing themselves slightly, they invite you to step into their comfort zone. If you crouch beside them, speak softly, and let them offer the toy again, you're acknowledging their boundaries. That tiny pause and your gentle approach teaches them that connection can be both affectionate and respectful. Consider age differences, too. A puppy's gift often comes with a burst of energy, high leaps, blatant squeaks. With seniors, the pace slows. They'll carry a ragged little square for minutes before laying it down gently. This can signal a shift in their needs: less rough play, more gentle companionship. Honor that subtle shift. Exchange that toy for a quieter interaction, maybe a short grooming session or a calm snuggle on the floor. You'll see their tail wag in a different rhythm, slower and more content. Every toy your dog brings is a window into their emotional weather. Learn to catch the pattern, the timing, the energy, the follow-through, and you'll unlock a richer dialogue. Because in that simple act of presenting a chew toy, they're handing you the reins to forge a deeper, more nuanced bond. And that, more than any single training tip, will transform every moment you share. Stay with me. Here's why your dog might pluck that toy just as you're about to leave the house. You might think they're throwing a last-minute tantrum. But the real reason is deeper than spoiled behavior. When Fido drops that ball at your feet and stares up with those soft eyes, they're anchoring you with a familiar scent, an emotional lifeline to steady their racing thoughts. Animal behaviorists tell us that dogs use objects to ground themselves. They're wired to track every change in the pack, and separation triggers a mild sense of disorientation, like waking in the dark. That toy becomes their compass. First layer, scent memory. Your aroma is woven into that plush squirrel. Second layer, object permanence. Holding it reminds them you still exist, even through closed doors. Third layer, a whiff of oxytocin. Research suggests tactile routines boost calming hormones. In short, your dog isn't testing you. They're asking for a moment of reassurance. What to do next is simple. Acknowledge the ritual. Take the toy, press it lightly to your cheek in view of your dog, and say one clear cue, "See you soon." Then place it in their bed. Over days, build a 2-second hold, then release when you walk out. You're teaching them that saying goodbye doesn't erase your bond. If you recognize your dog in this pre-departure performance, the guide in the description shows you exactly how to build a calm separation routine, step by step. Open it now. Now, one more reveal before we move on. Why do they drop a toy mid-Zoom call and then stare at the ceiling? It's not random boredom. It's an instinctive survey. Wolves freeze after a playful pounce to scan the horizon, checking for threats. Your pet borrows that habit. They perform a quick game freeze, drop the toy, then sweep the room, making sure the environment feels safe before they can relax. You'll notice the shift in their posture, ears swivel, head tilts, pupils widen briefly. That's not a plea for attention, it's a built-in security check. If the perimeter feels clear, the shoulders relax, tail sways back into play. If something unsettles them, a sudden knock or a shadow, they'll vault to guard mode. Your takeaway. Don't rush in with, "Good dog," at the freeze. Instead, soften your voice and exhale audibly. Let them know the space is safe with your calm presence. Then offer a gentle scratch or soft praise. You just reinforce their ability to self-soothe. Coming up, we'll decode the single most misunderstood toy offering, one that isn't about play at all. Stick around. That toy they place gently at your feet when you've had a tough day. It isn't an invitation to wrestle. It's an empathy offering. Dogs are tuned to your heartbeat and micro-expressions. When you slump on the couch, shoulders heavy, they pick up on elevated cortisol. Dropping a soft toy at your side is their way of saying, "I see you're upset. I've got something that might help." First, notice their eyes. They'll hold your gaze with an almost pleading softness. Second, observe the mouth. There's no tug or shake, just a light release, as if they're extending a peace treaty. Third, watch the tail, it's low and slow, more of a gentle brush than a wag. That combination signals care, not play. Here's why it matters: emotional contagion. Studies in animal behavior show dogs often mirror human moods to maintain pack harmony. By offering a toy, they're applying their version of first aid. It works like a soft interruption to your stress loop. So next time your pup comes bearing a plush duck right as you sigh, don't push it away. Sit up. Take the duck, hold it between you, and say one calm word, here. That simple exchange resets both of your stress markers. You acknowledge their concern and give them a moment of connection. And yes, some pups will nudge that toy closer with their nose if you don't respond fast enough. That's their way of checking in. If you follow their cue, accept the toy, stroke their ears, you'll notice you're breathing slow. Their mission accomplished. Up ahead, we'll unpack why a chewed slipper differs from a dropped tennis ball, and how to read the fine line between boredom and emotional need. Stick around. When your dog drops a tennis ball at your feet, it isn't random. There's a pulse in their body. An eager bounce. A quick breath. Their eyes light, ears tilt forward. They're not bored, they're issuing an open invitation to play. Every gentle thunk against the floor is a signal, engage with me. Here's why it matters. Interactive play floods their brain with endorphins and reminds them you're an active, responsive leader. So next time you feel the ball land nearby, don't sigh and walk past. Pick it up. Give a soft, excited, go get it, and toss. Watch how their whole shoulder wags with relief. That simple fetch loop resets you both, turning stress into connection in seconds. Now, contrast that with the chewed slipper. Same act of delivery, an object set at your feet, but it lands there with a different energy. Their jaw presses harder on the leather. Their eyes flicker sideways. Their posture isn't forward-leaning with anticipation, but half-turned, uneasy. That slipper smells like you. And they've targeted it on purpose. What looks like destruction is actually a silent appeal for reassurance. They're saying, I need you to notice me. I need your presence. Animal behaviorists have found that dogs use our scent-bound items as emotional anchors. So when that slipper shows up, tongue lolling, tension flickering in their shoulders, it's not mischief, it's vulnerability. Kneel down. Offer calm, your voice, your hand, your stillness. Let them nuzzle you. Say their name softly. That one-to-one moment tells them, I'm here. You're safe. Their breathing will settle, their shoulders drop, and you'll both feel the shift. If you recognize your dog pressing your chewed slipper into your lap whenever they seem unsettled, and you want a step-by-step on those calm-down routines tailored to each paw signal, open the guide in the description at thetigbook.store. It walks you through exactly what to do, moment by moment. And then there's the ultimate gesture, the trophy stick. Not the slobbery ball, not the tattered slipper, but that proud, fresh-found branch you've never seen before. They trot over, tail high, chest puffed, and lay it down like a gift. That's their way of showing you their best resource. Centuries ago, wolves shared the first kill to solidify bonds. Today, your dog offers you their discovery to say, you're part of my pack, my world. Notice how they hold their head level, shoulders squared, gaze meeting yours. There's no anxiety here, no overeagerness, just pure pride and affection. When that stick hits the carpet, pick it up. Smile. Praise them, what a find. Then, for bonus bonding, carry that stick together on a short walk or let them chase you in a gentle game of keep away. You're reinforcing their status as a valued partner, deepening trust with every shared moment. All these toy-bringing gestures, from the fetch invitation to the anxious slipper delivery to the pride-filled trophy, are strands of the same language. That rough tongue is the oldest language between our two species. It speaks of safety, play, reassurance, and love, all wrapped in a piece of felt or leather or wood. If you've ever wondered exactly what your dog is asking for at each drop, and you're ready to turn those moments into calm, confident connection, open the guide in the description at theticbook.store. Once you start recognizing each nuance, the weight of the object, the arc of the toss, the accompanying posture, you begin to unlock a silent dialogue. That tennis ball drop isn't just a play offer, it speaks of anticipation and shared joy. The chewed slipper isn't defiance, it hums with a plea for calm. The proud trophy stick isn't chaos, it radiates trust. Over weeks you'll detect subtler shifts, a stiffer tail during a drop signals they still want reassurance, a lighter mouth hold means they're ready to refocus on fun. Noticing these microsignals rewires your response. You'll move from reacting to intuitively engaging, meeting your dog on their emotional terrain. That's where real harmony lives, in the space between one soft mouthful object and your steady presence.